Damn! Alrighty guys, I went ahead and I didn't want to do it this way, but I did right now. You can see that I put gasket sealer around it. I'm just going to let it sit overnight and seal. I cleaned everything very thoroughly. I epoxied the inside and the outside, then sanded it down until it perfectly matched up the case, and then I put some gasket maker around it, and we're going to see if that holds up for now. If it does, I'll give it a fresh paint, and we'll call that a day over there until the new case comes in. But I wanted to be able to test this and have some fun. So everything's curing right now. By tomorrow, it should be cured completely and ready for its first ride. As you can see, I finished fixing everything else. All this is remounted. All that's good. We're good to go there. Bike overall is basically done. You can see I redid the seat. Booyah. Yeah, that's right. So seat cover's now on. It's got a little flexing to do, as you can see. It needs to have my butt sat on it so that the wrinkles from the cloth come out of it, but seat cover's on there, and I think this thing is gonna get its first ride tomorrow, and hopefully my repair job doesn't leak. I didn't want to do it this way, but I really want to get to testing, and I'd like to be able to actually get this one sold here pretty fast. So tomorrow will be the first take this thing out. I gotta put some air in the tires, make sure they're properly aired up. I changed the oil on it, everything. This thing is ready to rip, chip, and the only thing I have left that I really want to do at this point is put a new battery in it, which the new battery is on its way. Okay guys, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. She's basically ready. Seat covers on, and the only thing we're really waiting on at this point is a new battery, but I can start it with this for right now, so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll just bring the battery with me. So let's get her cranked up here, detach this. I already gave it a slight warm up, so pretty much ready to rip. In case I need to start it again if we stall or whatever the hell happens, I'll have this with me. Let's try this again anyways. Feel the clutch basket making a little bit of noise, so let's just give it a shot. Let's just give the bike a shot. Get myself all situated here and see how it does. It's in gear. Slowly walk it out. Sounds all right. Sounds nice and healthy. Wow, this thing actually, let me pull my visor down. This thing actually feels really nice to ride. The short handlebars I thought were going to be a huge problem, but it makes throwing this very heavy bike around very easy. They kind of thought through what they were doing here. Let me feel the brakes. See how spongy those are. I'm still in first gear. This thing has long gears. By now on my other bike, I would have had to have been in second. Well, the speedometer certainly doesn't work. Ah, damn it, my window's fogging up. Fuck. Alright, first gear. I gotta really get used to this clutch. It's a quick engage clutch and it's hydraulic. But this bike runs super smooth. Wow, this is a different ride. This thing has so much low end torque, it's crazy. You could easily like power wheelie with no issues. That is nuts. This bike feels really road hungry. It's incredible to think this bike has 60,000 miles on it. It feels so good.
It sounds happy, it feels happy. I could probably pull out in second gear with no issues. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could probably pull out in third gear with no issues. Gotta be careful because the roads are still wet and I don't know this bike very well, but man, does this thing feel honed in. This thing feels like it would hit the corners hard. Oh, what a riot this bike is. Wow. This bike is off the chain. Oh my God. They put a ballistic engine in this bike. It is so smooth on the power too. It is so ridiculously smooth on the power. This is a very happy motorcycle. I don't trust these corners because there's always leaves in them, so I don't like to punch through here too hard. Acorns and leaves, they'll take a bike right out from underneath you. See, this type of shit, that'll just mess a biker up. Wow, this bike is fun. Brakes are great. What a riot to ride this thing. Oh my God. It's not like a 600. A 600 in low RPM would fight you all day. I'm in second gear trolling 25 miles an hour. This speed limit, the speedometer obviously is not accurate anymore. It's just reading 10 the whole time. So we're obviously gonna have to do something about a speedometer. God, I wish my window would stop fogging up. I'll tell you guys what, this bike is an absolute pleasure to ride. This thing, one-handed, two-handed, doesn't matter. I can lean back and forth and this thing just hugs the road. This is crazy. This thing has so much beautiful torque, low-end torque. It's just awesome. Oh, like you could easily power wheelie on this thing. I'm barely twisting the throttle and it's like the front just wants to pull straight up off the ground. Yeah, this is one of those bikes that'll get you in trouble real quick without taking much to do it. What a ballistic engine they popped in this bike. Crazy. Alright, let's get back to the house, see if it's leaking anything at all. A little quick fix I did on that cover. We'll see how long that lasts for. Right now everything's doing good. God, I couldn't even imagine this bike brand new, the amount of power it had. Now, I did do a compression test. I've got almost 150 across the board per cylinder. So that's only, what, 10 off, 160 PSI? Just saying hi to the dog who was saying hi to me. Okay, come on. Let's go. This bike is ballistic. Absolutely ballistic. So, interesting fact, I actually found the original owner of this bike. And I mean the original owner of this bike. And I finally understand why it made it to 60,000 miles. And as I suspected, it it was very well cared for and maintained by somebody who knew what they were doing before they sold it to a young guy who put stickers all over it, rode it pretty hard for a bit, then sold it to a girl who rode it for a bit, and then it ended up in my possession. So the reason this bike saw 60,000 miles is because it was cared for by somebody who knew what they were doing. And that would explain why it runs so good. I also found out a lot more information. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this down a little bit more. I also found out it has all stage 3 jet kitting. It's a very healthy bike because it was properly cared for. So that would explain everything. Why this bike is running as good as it is right now. Why the maintenance has been pretty well taken care of for a bike this age. And why it's able to idle just absolutely beautifully. Why it's so smooth on the throttle without any hiccups. I mean, clearly this man knew how to care for carburetors. And to prove that, I have a video for you I want you to watch. Okay, come on. But that being said, I'm going to take this back to the house now, because I don't even have a plate on it. And I've been absolutely shredding things up around here. And sucks the speedometer doesn't work. You pretty much assume how fast I'm going. I feel like this is about 25 right here. And I'll find out in a sec because I'm going to pass the speed sign. But I feel like this is about 25. I didn't even dock me. Didn't even pay attention to me, okay? Well, I guess I'm not going to figure out my speed. But still, what a pleasure to ride this bike. This just feels good. Everything about it is good. For a big, heavy bike, being a bigger dude, I'm able to throw this bike around easily. Feels good. Nah, it feels real good. So, sounds good, feels good, runs good, no leaking. No leak. Sounds like a happy bike. You can definitely tell it's an air-cooled engine though. This bike is 100% air-cooled, and the only thing it's got going for it to help cool it off is this oil cooler. But so on hot days it's going to smell hot. On cold days it'll run really great. On hot days it'll run okay. This thing probably prefers the colder weather a little bit more, but no, it runs really good. So I'm going to show you guys a video that I found before I realized I was the owner of the bike that was in the video. So now I'm the owner of the bike. As you can see, my repair job is working right now without issue. I don't have any leaks. I repaired it from the inside out, and then that broken chunk, I went until I cleaned it and made it flush with the rest of the case. Yeah, that's nice and hot, so I'm glad I used high temp gasket maker on there. So I will let that fix stay on there as long as it works. When that fix stops working, then we'll replace it with the new part. So as of right now, this bike could potentially just be put right on the road once the battery comes in, and I would be fine with that. So cool. Still needs a little bit more cleaning to go, but I think for the most part it's ready to rip, Chip. And I would think the battery probably took a fairly good charge now after that run too. But we'll see. We'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed that. She's on the road. She's ready to go. She's rearing to taste the asphalt.
That's what she's rearing for. Taste of the asphalt.
Good afternoon. Please give your attention to my associate, Agent J. He's going to demonstrate an electro-biomechanical neural transmitting zero synapse repositioner. We call it the neuralizer. Keep it simple, Slick.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Agent K. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.